I was gonna restart with Karn. I knew it. I knew it. I knew he was going to.
All right. So,
it's his most favorite thing to do.
Doran, guys, it's a thing.
I had 2 Burmalos prepped so that you couldn't.
Oh, that would have been so mean. All right. So, back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, I apologize, guys. You know,
Why did you let me give you life?
Dispatch, that fire and rescue thing, sometimes it gets in the way.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I figured it must have been.
Yeah.
So you were telling about mana. We've got the straw poll up because we're going to start doing a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Currently, I believe... Hey, what do you think about those lands?
I believe that's currently in the lead with 9 votes, followed by Cavern of Souls naming Dinosaur, and Exile Target Creature, period.
No, it's not me 4 times. Just once.
Change my hype.
Yeah. I just want to let everyone know there are 3 other people that agree.
3 other people that like that. Now, the way it's set up for the shirts, all of them will eventually get printed, but the first one's going to be our first limited edition run that we're going to do up to the end of season number 4, or season 1 of 2017. I like just 4, just counting it up. Just keep doing it that way.
Welcome to the stream, Charles. Nice to see you, dude.
So we are going to announce the winner at the end of tonight of the shirt, so we can just get it going, because it's been about a week or so.
Sure.
Like, I think we did it, posted up Wednesday or Thursday of last week.
So tell your friends, get those votes in.
You know, get the votes in, guys. We're also looking about getting like a sweatshirt or a hoodie that's just the Modern Magic Monday logo and stuff like that. So I talked a little bit about our point totals.
Nice.
Like player standings, and
people have been like itching to know what's gonna happen.
So week 9 and 10 are the 2 most stressful weeks for players.
It really is.
Because if you're in the top 16, like, you kind of, for the most part, have to come out and play.
If you want to make the top 8.
If you want to make the top 8. Now, it gets to the point where it gets to be very close, and it comes down to ranking, so who gets to be on the draw as opposed to the play. And that is a factor of, like, going into the matches for later rounds and so on and so forth. So just a little thing to note going forward here. But here's our top 8 as we talked about before. Ben currently sitting first place, 82 points. TJ 81 points. Lyle 79. Josh 72. Julia 71. And now we've got our kind of shift down. Chris at 57. Tim at 55. And Jeremy at 54 is our official top 8. We've got some people really close, though.
And Season 2 champs.
I know.
In the top 8 right now.
I wonder if we're going to get our first, like, repeat champ.
Oh, man.
So much speculation to happen.
There is. We'll talk more about that.
So, we've got 5 rounds like we normally do. We're just going to get in it, get it going.
Let's do it.
See what sort of action. So, I set everything up on Sunday. And then I turned on my computer today. And all the stuff I'd set up was not there.
Oh, no.
So, I had to redo it all while Holly was making dinner. So, but we've got some exciting stuff going on here.
Wait. What?
Yeah. Ben decided to throw Restore Balance up.
Interesting.
I guess he's sitting here going, I'm at a high enough point total, I can play whatever I want, and I'm still going to be in the top 8.
Okay. That's fair.
And I think it was also a factor of, I don't want to play any of the decks that I might play for the Invitational.
Okay, so now that we're in a secret.
Right, now that we're down to those final, like, 2 weeks, I'm not going to play any deck that I know people can go, oh, wait a minute, this is something Ben could legitimately play.
So I really need to pay attention.
Right. So I think that was a big part of why he chose to do this. And Lyle's been on this Death and Taxes now 2 weeks in a row. Maybe 3 now, but at least 2.
2, I believe.
He did well last week with it. I think went at least 4-1. Maybe I can't remember. It's a lot of thinking.
Yeah, it's at least 4-1.
So, but he likes to take. I mean, we remember Chris Carrozza, who's in the top 8, had played a Death and Taxes list, but he played the Eldrazi and Taxes.
Yeah,
and then since then has switched over to Eldrazi based decks.
Yep.
So that's kind of where he wanted to be. But you've been a big supporter of Lyle's like finger on the of the pulse of our shop, essentially knowing
Absolutely.
what the meta is going to be and how he should.
5-0.
5-0 last week.
He 5-0.
See, wow, Mr. N-Boss himself bringing out
so,
something new and crushing.
If you guys are new to the stream, Lyle Rolfs, he is our end boss. He is the
Season 2
man
champ.
that sits at the top and says, "Come on up. I'm waiting to play someone. You don't have enough mana to gamble." And we've seen decks like in season 1. Lyle was a big proponent of the blue-white mid-range list. We had he's got Naya Blitz sitting and waiting for when he falls behind, and then he'll sneak that in every once in a while. Looks like a little Rochambeau. Paper does cover rock, so Lyle's going to be on the play.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also played Bant Eldrazi. That's a very popular deck in the metagame right now. But he's decided to bring this Death and Taxes list. It's black-white. It's got cards like, everyone's favorite Heretic Cathar.
I think she's sweet. I just realized Jeremy's going to have so much fun in our chat now because there's gambling.
It's true. He's in it to win it. It's chat welfare. So we're going to look at 7 cards. So do me a favor. I'm going to do the really difficult question and ask you, what the heck is this Restore Balance do? What is this deck trying?
So I did a rough explanation to Holly over the weekend.
All right.
I was like, so basically, Ben's playing this super rude deck.
Yeah.
That actually we have our card bot. Let's pull up so I don't like butcher the text of it because it says a bit of it. So basically, the way it's set up is you're going to be sacrificing pretty much majority of the stuff that you own, and you're going to be doing it because you're going to sack your permanents to this Greater Garganon here. But Restore Balance, normally you can suspend it, but you've got your ways to cascade into it, so you don't have to worry about that suspend. Each player chooses a number of lands he or she controls equal to the number of lands controlled by the player who controls the fewest. So, Ben's going to sit here and sack all his lands and go, oh, we have no lands. So we both have to sack all of our lands. Then, they're going to do the same thing for creatures and cards in their hand. So it's easy to just be like, look, let's kind of wipe the board. Oh, and by sacking all this stuff that's Greater Garganon, he's going to come off suspend like next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Crash. See, this is... I love... See, easy as pie now that I understand it. I love seeing Kythian.
I know, you are a big fan of...
Man, he just slammed another cat cleric down.
Mono white decks.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
White decks, I guess you should say. Running the creatures in here fit very nicely with what you want to be doing.
Have you seen Brimaz, King of Oreskos?
I actually love Brimaz. And
Brimaz
wish I could play him.
The man.
He's the man.
The cat man.
Nice.
The cat man. You know what I mean? And he's up there with his good pal Ajani.
Mm-hmm.
Not a Janji.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see that the Ajani got spoiled?
No.
Oh, I got you, buddy.
I haven't looked at any of the spoilers yet.
And Tezzeret.
Oh, sweet. I'm sure it's going to be
a
sick-looking Tezzeret, too. And it looks like Ben's going to enter the scoop phase.
Cathian.
Mono
Whisker aggro.
Nice. I like that one a lot.
Oh, man. I love
So you want to know a fun fact of the day?
What's up?
So you know when you, like, back in the day, kids these days are not as familiar with instant messenger, like AIM and things like that, right? AOL.
Yeah.
You know, you had to make your first screen name, to start being able to do that. my first screen name was Nan the Catman.
Nan the Catman.
So, with our normal Modern Magic Monday action, we have sideboards available to you. So while you're looking at spoilers and all that kind of good stuff, I'm going to talk a little bit about Ben's sideboard, because I know you're dying to talk about what Lyle's got going on.
I do,
so,
actually.
Ben's like, well, what does our shop have in store for us? Well, it's got some dredge and things like that, so I need to worry about those. Could have some burn and some sort of aggressive decks. Well, let's go with 4 Ravenous Trap, 4 Lingering Souls, 4 Leyline of the Void, 2 Pick the Brain, 1 Slaughter Games. So Lingering Souls actually can work out well with Ben's strategy if he needs a lot more creatures, because like the okay, there's some discussion in chat. So like he can sit there and say, well, I have to discard a bunch of cards from my hand, because maybe you only have 1 card in your hand or something.
Right.
Then I have a couple. Well, I've got these Lingering Souls, so I'll discard those, and now I can cast them later on, or you can play them early on. Other tokens to sacrifice to your Greater Garganon, things like that. Pick the Brain's cool because you can get a creature from your opponent's hand. I think it's a creature. Maybe it's not. I think it's from Shadows. Look at your opponent's hand. Costs 3. Pick a non-land card. Yeah, non-land card from exile. If you have Delirium, you get to search for all other copies of it and exile those. So I like that card a lot, actually. Costs 3, though, so something to keep in mind. And then we've got Lyle's sideboard here. Some sweet stuff, because he is playing the more normal Death and Taxes style, which is kind of the black-white style. So what sort of stuff does he got access to in his sideboard?
Yeah, so currently Lyle's running 2 Birds and Forge Tender, 2 Rest in Peace, 1 Ruined Halo, 1 Zealous Persecution, 1 Wrath of God, 1 Avid Mind Sensor, 1 Core Firewalker, 1 Sin Collector, 2 Blessed Alliance, 2 Stony Silence, and 1 Leonin Relic Warder, which we saw that Relic Warder do a fair amount of work last week. So here's the trick. Lyle won pretty quickly.
Yeah, that
and
like
I think only saw
the Greater Garganon is a little bit of a like, hey,
I'm doing some sort of shenanigans over here.
It's not a normal thing you'll see. Like people talk about trying it in Dredge and stuff like that because you can sack all your guys and do things like that.
Makes sense.
But
so if I'm I'm in the end boss mind state, and I'm thinking, well, I'm not quite certain what's going on. I didn't see a whole lot. You just kind of want to play it safe. Make sure that you're kind of covering your bases. Because Ben, if you look at Ben's played Burn. Ben's played, I feel like every version of Scape Shift.
Yes.
He's played Dredge. He did, for funsies, play a Restore Balance once, but maybe that was like back in season 1, I think.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
So, you just kind of have to feel like, all right, I've seen a Gargadon, maybe it's Dredge. So
we got to see a little bit there of him. It looks like initially wanting to bring those in and now not.
Yeah, it looked like those 2 Rest in Peace came in and now...
Oh, because you're like, all right, is it Dredge or not kind of thing.
Right, yeah, you're like, do I waste 2 slots to protect myself?
Even Ben saying, yeah, Dredge did run Garganon for a little while, so that Scoop texted me trying not to let him know for sure what was happening, which makes sense. If you're at that point, you're like, all right, I'm pretty much shut down, I can't fetch, I can't do too much.
Right.
There's no point in me sticking out and giving you more information than I need to. But I think, Lyle could even just play on the safe side here if he's not sure about the Dredge thing. Don't bring that in. But I like bringing in Sin Collector here.
That's what I was thinking. Sin Collector, and even though it's a pretty big top end, I feel like maybe just a well-timed Wrath of God. If he really is on Dredge, you're going to be prepared for that Wrath of God.
So it looks like a lot of debating coming out from Lyle on where he wants to go. But that's kind of the benefit of that early scoop, that you can really try to mess with your opponent a little bit.
Yeah.
It looks like he opted for the core Firewalker in his pull-in as well.
There's a lot of red cards in Dredge.
Okay. So Ben saying I went 302 one of the first weeks of the stream with a different balance list, which actually the VODs are up on YouTube for those that have missed that. Which, if you scroll down, there is the link to the YouTube channel, and that will pull it up. And there are playlists for the different weeks, because I like to spend a lot of time doing stuff like that. So that was something you guys can look into as well. But tell me about these new Planeswalkers while they're still doing their stuff.
Well, first off, I had to award everyone 100 mana because that was a fantastic. That was a good job, Nan, segueing.
Yeah, good job, man.
You know, that was a
like
good.
That one?
Yeah, that was a good. Hey, Ben said something about the first weeks of the stream. By the way,
you can check
you
out
can check it
any
all
of that.
out.
We've got. This is week number 9 of season 3, and guess what? Before we even started the Invitational, we were recording matches, and those are up on YouTube.
We were already doing it. But we got Mr. Ajanji himself, Ajani Unyielding.
Oh, that
All
sounds
right.
sweet.
He starts at 4 loyalty. He costs 6, green, white, and 4
Wow.
colorless.
Little
Plus
expensive, that's
2,
good.
reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all non-land permanent cards revealed this way into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Neg
Alright.
2, Swords to Plowshare.
Oh,
Exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power.
okay. Neg 2 for that.
And Neg 9, put 5 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, and 5 loyalty counters on each other planeswalker you control. Yeah.
I was hoping there'd be something with cats, but that's fine.
No, we're past cats.
I know.
Remember that time there was one with cats?
I do.
Yeah, we're done with that.
We're done. That was one time,
This is-
and now we're done. Now we're on to giving all the guys all the cool stuff.
This is for serious, not
This
for
is for
fakes,
real.
okay?
We're
Like,
playing
this
for
is-
keeps.
This is dark times in Kaladesh.
And how about our other Planeswalker? You said there was more?
Yeah, Ben's starting off with the Marsh Flats. Is that the one from the Planeswalker? So is this Valiant Protector the real one? There's 2 of them. See, this is
What?
why it's so, yeah, this is why it's so confusing. It's really weird.
So what's the other one then?
It's
the same one, just different arts?
no, it's different cards.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's 2 of them, and they're both coming from Kaladesh. I guess there's one Planeswalker deck and
Oh, because they did that for Chandra and Nissa, though.
oh, good.
Here's this dual deck. They're not, whatchamacallit?
Then just both the Johnnies are spoiled. Yeah, it's so the Valiant Protector, as Lyle plays that Grey Wall of Plains into an Aether Vial, also costs 6. Plus 2, put 2 1/1 counters on top of 1 target creature.
Okay.
Plus 1, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
Oh, has to be random. Okay.
And then Neg 11, put X +1/+1 counters onto target creature where X is your life total. That creature gains trample until end of turn.
Okay.
Wow.
That's fun. So, these artifacts that Ben are playing are basically just glorified mana rocks.
Absolutely.
But this allows him to get around having lands
Right.
when he does his restore balance. In order to play them, you have to be able to bounce a land back to your hand anyway. So. Oh, that's nice, though. Thalia saying all non-creature spells cost 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Tajanji. Alright, Ben's going to be going to his turn now.
Suspends another Gargadon.
Wow.
Oh boy. So I think at the time you put the border post out, like that's
the clear cut.
Yeah, like, hey, this is happening now. We're gonna
Forge Tender.
upkeep.
What match is this? This is actually
Round numero uno.
round 1, game number 2.
Oh, looks like we're. Can we get a John G t-shirts?
Oh, that would be good too.
Is that like you take the Doge and you replace Johnny's head with the Doge?
I like that.
And then that's a John G. I'll work on it. So while Lyle's getting some clarification on a rule here, the Planeswalker Tezzeret.
Ooh, yes.
Master of Metal, 6 cost, blue, black, 4 colorless.
Okay.
All right. +1, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an artifact card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
Ah, okay.
Neg 3, target opponent loses life equal to the number of artifacts you control.
Ooh.
And my question was, hey, that Tezzeret right now that is played in Lantern control?
Yeah.
That costs 5, right?
4.
It costs 4?
It does cost 4.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
It's just a Johnny with googly eyes.
Oh, I like that too.
So Tide Hollow Sculler's coming down.
Oh man, look at this hand.
And
All
we
right.
got Anger, we've got Mardu Charm.
Yeah. Blast from the Past.
Not, not really though. I mean, it's
like a year ago,
it's
right?
Like a year ago.
You're like, what kind of past are you talking
We're
about
not
here?
going all the way back
we got
to
Violent Outburst also hanging out in his hand.
Oh, perfect.
It's like we got one really old card, and this is from Theros block, and this one's from the what block was that? What was the first set for that one?
For cons?
Yeah,
Cons of Tarkir.
I don't know. Cards, lands, math.
Man, I don't know if you know this, but the first set out of a block is actually, I'm trying to, before I say anything dumb, is what they named the set.
True.
Right?
Yes.
So Cons of Tarkir, Theros is Theros. Battle for Zendikar.
Speaking of something completely unrelated.
Go ahead.
Did you know that you could play Return to Ravnica drafts right now on Magic Online?
I did not know that.
I found that out when I was logging in. For 2 more days you can.
2 more days.
On the
Play
7th, I
Return
guess.
to Ravnica drafts.
Get all your...
It's just Return to Ravnica? Or is it the block?
I don't remember.
Alright.
I just saw it Return to Ravnica splashed on the screen. I was like,
Gotcha.
oh, cool. Just
Here's Claims. Tapping 4. Here's another Tide Hollow Sculler. Hashtag didn't know that. So, Sculler is gonna...
Yep, can't flicker that out.
Sure can.
Only on 2 right now. Alright. So, Ben's building up his...
Oh, I'm sorry. I think that was the 4 damage, I believe is what's happening here.
I would... yeah.
To the Sculler.
I don't think, giving him first strike is going to really help him out.
Probably not.
So, making 2/1/1 white soldier creatures is cool and all, but not really where he wants to be.
No, he really wants to play that Restore Balance, so
yeah.
It's probably not a good idea. They're just going to bog up the work.
I forgot what he took, so that's why it's going to opt to sack him.
It's going to be the Violent Outburst is what he took.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah, he wants it back.
Okay.
But it looks like the Forge Tender is going to protect the Sculler.
But this is actually okay for Ben, because by doing this, he's getting rid of some of his guys. Is also being able to say, hey, I still have that. Now I can't even remember the name of the card. Deal 3 damage, exile them if they die.
Anger the gods.
Thank you. My brain is not connected to the rest of my body tonight.
No worries. Lyle, starting with the Tech Edge. Tectonic Edge.
It's a nice one.
Now, he's got 2 Flicker Wisps in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And his Vial's on 3. So it's like, it's game on. He can just start vialing Flicker Wisps.
And he's got the 3 mana to flicker.
Yeah, it's... Combat Crash. Here's 4 more damage. Ben with an anger that Lyle knows about.
Mm-hmm. Ticking down these suspended Greater Garganons here.
Sure.
Yeah. Lyle also knows because he did get to see it off the Tidehauler Scholar.
Ben's gonna draw. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Dice are hard. Also, I apologize because I forgot to give them the dice during round 1.
Yeah.
And little did I know, I was like, oh, why did it doesn't matter. They're not playing anything with dice, you know.
Anger.
But he's playing Greater Garganons and Lyle's playing Aether Vials, so.
Oh. Flicker Wisp. On
This
my
guy-
Tidehauler Scholar.
You may have this back, and I will take it back from you. Mm-hmm.
And, oh.
Suspending and restore balance.
Sure, smart.
I mean,
Getting
it's
it-
like 6 or something. Yeah.
Getting it immediately out of your hand
Yeah,
to protect yourself.
He knows he's going to lose the Violent Outburst here, which
Yeah.
is fine. But
And now he's got 2 damage? Yeah, 2 damage.
yeah, 2.
That's what we like to call not really a clock,
it's
because it's gonna take every one of those turns.
yeah, slowly just chipping away at him.
So Ben gonna go down to 10.
Hey, you'll kill him right before that restore balance goes off, though, right?
Yeah,
5 turns.
the math checks out. But I think you just want to kill him a whole lot quicker, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
So here's a Cat Cleric. Pass.
The Owner Arbiter coming out, just kind of saying, hey, you're going to have to pay some mana if you want to go looking through your deck.
Mm.
And Ben, not missing any of his triggers, going to start taking down the suspends.
I didn't get to see what was in what he drew.
I didn't either. Looks like not something that will help him here. Oh, there's a path. So Lyle's just like waiting for that Greater Garganon.
Yeah, just come on out. Don't worry, I've got a Cat Cleric here that says
Now,
you gotta pay mana
There's,
to go get lands.
there's also like 4 damage now coming his way instead of the 2.
Oh,
Another path.
oh.
He can also decide to activate the
Shambling Vet.
yeah, if he wanted to, like just to push a little bit extra. I think it's fine not here in case there's a Cascade spell that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, yeah, why not? Go to 6. I'm pretty much... So it's actually set up that Ben has to win this turn. Oh, there's the Violent Outburst.
Violent Outburst.
Ooh, okay. So things are going to be tough. Because... Yeah, so Lyle's going to check it, and he's going to realize, oh no, you're going to sack your lands to one of your Greater Garganons, and then you're going to have no cards in your hand, no lands, no creatures. I'm going to have to sacrifice everything. He's not going to be able to path anything. There's no targets.
Yeah. Those border posts are...
They're just artifacts. So they'll stay. Aether Vial will stay.
Pretty good.
But, I mean, I guess you can Flicker Wisp in your Leonin Arbiter here or something? Tidal Sculler, maybe?
I don't know if you want to Flicker Wisp, because then you lose it.
Well, you're going to lose it anyway.
True.
But you save one of your creatures by doing it.
Ah, I see.
Because at this point, Ben has 0 cards in his hand. And he's going to have no lands. He's going to sack all his lands. He's trying to find that Restore Balance right now.
Cast.
You may look through this.
Oh, we're going to get a sneak peek at what Ben's running.
Yeah, and so Ben's going to say, hey, I'm going to sack these while these are on the stack. So this guy now has 4 counters on it. So Nan is supposing that Lyle should sack a 2-turn clock for a 3-turn one in this hypothetical. Well, I mean, Lyle has to sack all his creatures too with Restore Balance, doesn't he? Like, once it goes off, he has to sack all his creatures anyway, and has to discard all his cards in his hand, and lose all his lands. So it's not a sack a 2-turn clock for a 3-turn clock, right? I think I'm just confusing myself now. Yeah, I gotta put those in the deck still.
Well, here we are. Lyle thinking.
Ben's like, oh, I forgot I was empty-handed. My bad. Okay, so you were confusing me for no reason. Says, I'm going to float all this mana just because I can.
Mm-hmm. I think it's probably relevant to say that it's all planes. Everything, I mean, unless he's trying to trick him, but I don't think so. So Vial, here's a Flicker Wisp.
This guy. Yeah.
Targeting the Tidehollow Sculler.
You may have this back. Oh, so now there's 1 card in hand, so he'll be able to keep 1 path.
Ooh. Wait.
Not that it really matters, because there's no mana right now. So he'll come... Bam.
Here is Tidehollow Sculler.
So they're basically going over, hey, this was during your end step when I did all of this.
So he's got the whole turn.
Yeah.
Oh. Blood Moon, the draw.
Yeah, there's nothing he can really do here. At this point in time, like, sacking his artifacts? He is. Oh, I don't know. I'm iffy on that. I guess you're at the point saying, hey, you don't have a land right now. But
then saying, are you quite certain that's the one you want? Are you sure you want that violent outburst?
Mm-hmm.
Not the Blood Moon. Oh, we're gonna take the Blood Moon. I guess no lands. Ben can't cast
right
either one.
And that Greater Garganon, you'd rather him cast that anyway. So he's gonna tick these down. You know, that Greater Garganon could end up dying here. Crash, you may have this back. Play my land, you may go. Oh, is that a Blade Splicer?
Oh boy.
That's at least somebody to get in the way. Yeah, it is. Is that another Restore Balance? Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Alright. Crash. Vial. Blade Splicer. Trigger. Here's my 3/3 Golem that has first strike because I have a Blade Splicer. And now I don't have a Blade Splicer. So Lyle has to hope for a top deck white source that doesn't enter tapped.
Fetch. Going to 5. You know what, Ben? Get a shock lamp.
Yeah.
Is what Lyle said.
Yeah. Just go ahead and shock yourself. It's cool.
Wow. Salt to the
He's
wound.
going to suspend the other one.
Salt to the wound. Gets a planes and says,
just in case.
bruh, I know you need a planes. Let me get one for you, but it's going to be on my side. Passes back. Yeah.
I don't think he got a land.
Vial's nice
Oh.
in this matchup.
So the thing is, Lyle's dead here because you did not get a land. You need a land or a 3-mana creature, because at this point,
Draw.
oh, I didn't see what he drew that time. Right, 1, 2. A path.
It looked like a multicolor card.
Okay. And we're going to see some Restore Balances going on.
I think we got one more turn.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's on one. Oh, no, never mind. JK. Here it comes.
Looks like he's choosing to.
Chooses not to?
Did he not sack that land to the other Greater Garganon? Well. Oh, Bente, I think I messed this turn up something awful. Because he had to sack that land anyway, because Lyle had the least number of lands. So at that point, if you know you're going to do that, why not sack the land to the Greater Garganon? You know, that just seems weird to me.
Huh.
All right, so going into game 3?
That's what it looks like.
We can talk about what the players brought in.
Ooh, maybe. It looks like he's bringing the Confidants back in, though.
Well, there's also only 10 minutes, so he's got to make sure he's... on point this game.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. He did not want to sack the land to Garganon because the Garganon was on 1, get it into play, and then have to sack a Garganon. That makes a lot of sense. I wonder if... Nope, I don't know. All right, let's pull up our boards here. What did Ben bring in? What shenanigans did we see him play? Pick the Brains? Lingering Souls we got to see, right? No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just me talking. What did he bring in?
Ben sides in his 4 of Leyline of the Void.
Really?
And he sides out 3 Blood Moon and 1 Ajani Vengeance.
Okay.
Nope. That's correct. And on Lyle's side, he brings in 1 Rune Halo, 2 Birds and Forge Tender, 1 Zealous Persecution, and 1 Core Firewalker. And takes out the 3 Confidants and the 2 Kythian Hero of Akros. But it looks like he also brings in a Stony Silence. Is what he's telling us.
Okay, the Stony Silence, helps against the Cloud Post and stuff like that.
Hashtag everyone is wrong. I think they're... Sometimes I wish we had audio.
For some of the stuff, that discussion and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was only for game 2. Oh, okay. I changed it all up for game 3. Well, I think that makes a lot of sense too, because I went into the first time just like, hey, I got an idea what I'm playing, but I'm not 100%. So let me do these kind of mix and match stuff to see if I can make something work. going into game 3. Only 7 minutes left. And you can see once the players get those like 10-minute warnings and things like that, their play speeds up very much. So, you know,
But that's with everyone.
right. And now that it's 1-1, you have like if it's 1-0 in your favor, 10-minute warning, you can just be like, meh.
No, I'll slow it down.
You know what? I'm in no rush. I already got a win. That's fine. Cat facts. Abraham Lincoln loved cats. Well, the more you know. I think that's a great fact there, MTG bot. Keep them coming.
Ben going to 6. Looks like Lyle is either deciding or has decided to keep 7. Yep. Gonna hold on to 7. Revive Shivan, tell me about it, dude. MTG bot hates dogs.
Dog facts? Sorry. This is the House of Cats. We only care about cat facts right now.
Did you set that up?
I don't think so. Maybe I did. I don't remember. I don't remember setting up a cat fact. Then again, I did set up a bunch of stuff for this stream and don't remember all the stuff that I set up. Like all those key things to do with exclamation shop and okay,
command.
nope, cat fact's the default command. Good. It should be on all streams. 5 minutes.
Ben looking at 5 cards?
Oh no.
Oh.
This is not like where you want to be going into it.
Speaking of moles to 4, did you watch the Invitational this weekend?
Not yet. Was there some moles to 4? And
There
stuff like
were.
that? Oh no.
Especially in the top 8.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That hurts. Moles to 4.
Especially in the top 8.
Was there some good matches though from it?
Well, so I honestly didn't get to catch a lot of the round of 16. Been going to 3. Lyle says, "Hey man, do you want to play?" Like,
yikes.
and the top 8 was standard,
Oh, okay.
which was just a whirlwind of fun. It was,
Yeah, a
You
lot
know,
of delirium, like black. Green
there were
base decks or green X decks, I guess.
there were rock decks, so there were,
Black green.
yep,
Okay.
there was one actual delirium deck,
Oh,
like
okay.
legitimate delirium deck. There was one that was slated as delirium, and Ben looking at 3 cards now, and
So when do you just like concede?
man, it's like really tough. Like, I guess it depends on the deck you play.
Simeon!
What? I guess that doesn't help him with those border posts.
It
though.
doesn't. That's why he's sitting there going, man, if only I had a land.
Yep, going directly on the bottom. That's why Simeon. Oh, Burton Forge Tender from Lyle.
Wait a minute. Leyline of Sanctity.
Is it Sanctity?
That was just a Leyline of Sanctity, Drew.
So here's the thing.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
So what's correct? I assume that the voids that we said,
Are not voids.
they're not voids. They're
Because he's already got
sanctities.
Ravenous Tramp, so it made no sense that he would have 8 cards
True.
just to deal with Dredge.
True. Leonin.
Oh.
Oh boy. Wow, just on curve. And Ben,
Enters tapped.
Marsh Flats.
I did say they were ley line
I
of
didn't see
St.
that.
Cleese. Yeah, but the documents that we've gotten all say void, so you got voids now.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry about it. Ooh. Well, I think. Oh no, a second one?
Oh boy. Just go
It's
ahead.
like I got no response. I can't do anything.
You also just made it so, wow. Here's a Kythian.
Yep.
And the hand is extended. Oh boy. So we had a game 2.
Yes, that was
You know,
a good showcasing of kind of what the Restore Balance deck is supposed to be trying to do.
Mhm.
Like, oh, here's my Cloud Pose. Cool. I can sack stuff to Greater Gargadon.
border posts.
Border Post, Cloud Post. Border Post. So it's, it's got to do a little bit of what it wanted to do.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at our points. Let's keep it moving, guys.
Let's just keep it moving.
We got some 3-pointers. We got some 0-pointers. No ones. Nobody was able to draw in. But some of our top 8 players, TJ, Lyle, Jeremy, were all able to take it. Some of our guys like Dwayne and Jamie, who are close to the top 8, were also able to win round 1.
Nice.
So little fun facts there. Some of our other top 8 players didn't do so well.
Mm-mm.
So let's slide over to round 2 then.
Let's do it.
Just keep it moving. Moving right along.